Can't sleep, nah. The incredible and original Big Hop X3M. Everything is impossible. Haha. Yo.
I fell in love with the culture. It spoke to me. It made me so passionate to where I took a pen and took a piece of paper and took half the time it wasn't even an instrumental. You were just writing right over somebody else's rap song. And and that's just it's powerful. It's big. It's bigger than I would think probably what the people who founded it ever thought it was going to be.
The man make the music make the man. That's something we should all understand.
It's a different society. It's a different culture these days. Like, kids are more hands-on. Kids wanna shoot video. Kids wanna make music. Like, one kid shoots the video, one kid makes the beat, one kid raps. And they could be white, black, and yellow. And they just get along because that's that common bond. I mean, we're all so similar when it comes down to it. I mean, minus the color of our skin and the texture of our hair. Like, what is really different between like most of us? I mean, there's not really that much.
My love, my life, my all, my fight. Would I do it over?
The culture has emerged. I mean, between you can't really pick apart somebody by what they're wearing these days, or what kind of shoes they wear. I mean, it's kind of emerged like, the white and black culture has kind of become one.
But you'll never seize it. Carpe diem, my thoughts are free, visions.
Like there was a stigma 10 years ago where you just didn't go to certain hip hop shows. Like, if DMX was coming, you sure as hell didn't go. You didn't know what was gonna happen. But now DMX plays the Norva, and if it's not half white, half black, then it's more white people. Like, concerts these days are, for the most part, more white people than black people, and that's at some of the most thugged out rapper shows you would see, And I mean, is that like crazy these days? I mean, to me, I think that's a great thing. I think, if people can accept each other, and if it takes it being through music, then damn, let it be through music.
No love lost, no love found. It's a little too late to say that you're sorry now. You kicked me when I was down.
But since I've been a part, which has been, I say, the last decade up until now, I've seen it gradually get better and not be so have the tunnel vision where you have to be a black guy from the hood to be a rapper. That's gone. That's thrown out the window. I think a lot of white people probably wanted to rap. I mean, they did, and they just, once Eminem came out, it just became, okay, well, but all right, we'll give you a listen, but you gotta impress us. That's one thing. I mean, that's something else about hip hop too. You still gotta impress people. Like, it don't matter what color you are. Like, I mean, unless you're like Waka Flocka Flame or something, and you're just getting by with making strip club songs, then that's one thing. But you still gotta have that element of like, damn, like, did you just hear that? Did you just hear what he said? Like, man, like, that guy can rap. And then you're kind of sold,
I think I'm done with the waiting, done with the changing, done with the mistakes and the reasons that I made them. I'm done with the fake shit, done with the pacing, all around the room. I can't become complacent. I'm done, baby boy, down for the count. Hell nah, I'm playing, I'm ready to pounce. See me any given day, I ain't got nothing to do, but I shine super bright when I
think that's also something that gets lost in hip hop too, as far as how creative you can be, and that goes completely with the songwriting, and even to the people who make the music. People hate that's too hip hop. People want to look down upon a producer who's just taking somebody else's song and cutting it up. But like, if you look at what goes into some of these beats, like, I mean, people are putting live instrumentation over it. People are, cutting stuff up. People are putting live drums. They're sequencing their own drums. Like, it's not necessarily something that is easy to do. So as far as how that translates into songwriting and stuff, like, you don't necessarily, like, if you want to get stuck in a corner where all you talk about is one thing, that's one thing. But your music, and I mean, it's hip hop. It's all about your words and what you say, and more importantly, stories you tell. So you can kind of put you can kind of talk about whatever you want.
$1 million shit, need $1 million bitch in his $1 million whip, $1 million wrist for his $1 million.
I just feel that if the small amount of people that I can touch, and it might not be even somebody who listens to my music, but it might be my little niece or, you know, my girlfriend's daughter or something. And if she can see me and see me immersed in something and without seeing a color, you know, like if she can see me being like, oh yeah, if my niece can sit here and say, yeah, my uncle raps and he hangs out with, you know, black people and Spanish people and this and that, and, you know, there's no big deal about it, then, you know, maybe she'll grow up and not have, you know, the same type of, you know, just being scared of other cultures. Like, you know, like I'm not gonna say it's a hobby, but it's something that engulfs your every day, you know? I mean, to this day still, it's like I got 10 things in my mind about, you know, what's the next video I'm gonna shoot, what's the next beat I'm gonna record to, what's the next artist I'm gonna reach out to, you know, to try to get on my song. I mean, it's just, you know, kind of takes over you.